Have you ever left a conversation feeling confused, even though you were sure you were right? You tried to explain what bothered you, but somehow the discussion turns around. Now you're apologizing, and you don't even know why. You replay the conversation in your head. You think, maybe I overreacted, but deep down, something feels wrong. That feeling is important, because manipulation rarely looks aggressive. Most of the time, it looks calm, reasonable, and polite. Tonight, we're going to identify the real signs you're dealing with a manipulative person. Manipulation is not always obvious. In movies, manipulators look evil. In real life, they often look trustworthy. They don't shout. They don't threaten. They don't lose control. They influence quietly, and that's exactly why it works. Because manipulation depends on confusion, not fear. Once you understand the patterns, their behavior becomes predictable. One of the strongest signs is blame shifting. You bring up a problem. Instead of addressing what they did, they talk about what you did. You say, "You hurt me when you said that." They reply, "Well, you also ignored me last week." The topic changes. Now you're defending yourself instead of discussing the issue. The original problem disappears. This is not a misunderstanding. It is a redirection strategy. The goal is simple. Avoid responsibility. Another powerful tactic is making you question your perception. You clearly remember what happened, but they say, "That's not what I said," or "You're imagining things," or "You misunderstood." After enough repetition, you stop trusting your own memory. You become hesitant. You second-guess yourself. This psychological tactic has a name, gaslighting, and its purpose is control, because a person who doubts their perception becomes easier to influence. Manipulative people rarely apologize directly. Instead, they use indirect apologies. "I'm sorry you feel that way." Notice something. They did not apologize for their action. They apologized for your reaction. The responsibility quietly returns to you. You feel acknowledged, but the behavior never changes. Because the apology was never meant to repair. It was meant to end the conversation. This part confuses many people. During serious conflict, they remain extremely calm. You become emotional. They remain composed. You start feeling irrational, but their calmness is not emotional strength. It is emotional detachment. They are not experiencing the situation the same way you are. While you seek understanding, they are managing the outcome. After tension, they may suddenly become very kind. Compliments, attention, affection. This is not random. It resets your emotional state. Your brain associates relief with them. This creates attachment, not through honesty, through emotional contrast. Psychologically, this pattern is very powerful because people remember relief more than conflict. Manipulation works because humans value harmony. We want relationships to function, so we compromise. We forgive quickly. We give the benefit of the doubt. Manipulators rely on this. They don't need to convince everyone. They only need to create enough uncertainty. Once you doubt yourself, they gain influence. Pay attention to patterns, not isolated events. Anyone can make a mistake, but consistent patterns reveal intention. If conversations always leave you confused, if you frequently feel responsible for problems you didn't create, if apologies never lead to change, you are not dealing with a communication issue. You are dealing with behavioral strategy. Recognizing manipulation is not about labeling people. It is about protecting your psychological boundaries. Because the most effective manipulators are not obvious. They are subtle. They appear reasonable. And that is why they are believed. Understanding the pattern does not create conflict. It creates clarity, and clarity removes control. Many intelligent people believe they would never be manipulated. But manipulation does not target intelligence. It targets emotion. Manipulative individuals study reactions. They learn what makes you feel responsible. They notice what you fear losing: approval, peace, the relationship itself. Once they identify that, they adapt their behavior. They don't control you directly. They influence your decisions. And the most effective manipulation is the one you believe was your own choice. After interacting with a manipulative person, you may feel mentally exhausted, not because the conversation was long, because it was psychologically disorienting. Your brain tries to organize events logically, but manipulation breaks logical structure. Your mind keeps trying to solve the conversation, but there is nothing to solve. The confusion is intentional. Confused people hesitate, and hesitation creates influence. You may notice something strange. You explain yourself repeatedly. You justify simple decisions. You over-clarify harmless actions. This happens because your brain is trying to restore balance. You are trying to be understood. But the manipulative person is not seeking understanding. They are seeking positioning. As long as you keep explaining, they keep control of the interaction, because the conversation revolves around their approval. Over time, this dynamic changes behavior. You become more cautious. You hesitate before speaking. You analyze every sentence you say. Your confidence decreases. Not suddenly, gradually. And that is why manipulation is powerful. It does not attack directly. It reshapes perception slowly. The first protection is recognition. You cannot fix manipulation through explanation. You cannot solve it through longer conversations. You solve it through boundaries. Clear, calm, and consistent boundaries. Short responses. Direct communication. No over-justification. Because manipulation feeds on emotional engagement. When emotional reactions decrease, influence decreases. Not every disagreement is manipulation. Not every difficult person is manipulative. But patterns reveal intention. If confusion repeats, if responsibility always returns to you, if peace only exists when you agree, you are not facing a communication problem. You are facing a behavioral strategy. And understanding the pattern removes its power.